K-drama Haven family, there are moments in the entertainment world that feel like lightning in a bottle. Moments when two stars, each shining brightly on their own, collide in a single frame and the world stops breathing. And one such moment unfolded on a glittering red carpet when Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo appeared together. Not as lovers, not as co-stars. Hold on tight, K-drama Haven family, because this journey is only just beginning. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The revelations, the emotions, the moments that will change everything. But as two icons whose chemistry was so powerful, so magnetic, that the cameras couldn't look away. That night, the red carpet was theirs. And for millions watching, the fantasy of what if was born. The arrival that stunned the world. It began with anticipation. Fans crowded the barricades, chanting names, holding banners, screaming for their favorites. The press prepared their cameras, lenses pointed, waiting for the big arrivals. And then he appeared.
Lee Min-ho.
Tall, striking, every inch the superstar. His tailored suit caught the flashes of 1,000 cameras, his confident smile lighting up the night. Moments later, she arrived. Song Hye Kyo. Elegant, timeless, her gown flowing like liquid gold under the spotlights. She walked with grace, her every step sending ripples of awe through the crowd. But the true magic happened when fate placed them side by side. The moment the cameras captured. It wasn't planned. It wasn't rehearsed. But when Lee Min-ho extended his hand to help Song Hye Kyo navigate the steps of the red carpet, the crowd erupted. The cameras clicked furiously, the flashes blinding, as if the world collectively understood. This was the moment. For a brief second, they looked at each other and laughed softly, a small, genuine exchange, but one that carried the weight of 1,000 imagined stories. And just like that, the internet had its newest obsession. The internet meltdown. Within minutes, photos and videos went viral. Social media timelines flooded with captions like, "Is this the couple we've been waiting for? The chemistry is unreal. Visuals of the century." Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Lee Min-ho Song Hye Kyo. Hashtag Red Carpet Royalty. Hashtag The Couple That Never Was. Fans created edits, trailers, and even fanfiction, imagining dramas where they were co-stars, lovers, soulmates. The fantasy was unstoppable. The reality behind the fantasy. But behind the glamour, behind the headlines, there was another truth. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo were not a couple. They had never worked together, never shared the screen, never publicly hinted at romance. And yet, that one red carpet moment made it feel real. It made it feel possible. Industry insiders whispered that producers immediately began pitching dramas that could unite the two on screen. Agencies fielded questions they weren't prepared to answer. And fans clung to the hope that maybe, just maybe, the universe would give them what they wanted. The aftermath. Two paths, one fantasy. In the days that followed, both stars continued on their separate journeys. Lee Min-ho dove back into projects, carrying with him the legacy of his leading man aura. Song Hye Kyo remained the queen of elegance, her name synonymous with timeless grace. But no matter where they went, no matter what they did, that red carpet night followed them. Every appearance, every interview, every photo shoot, fans never stopped asking, when will we see them together again? The headlines that ignited the fire. The very next morning, entertainment headlines screamed across Asia. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo spark chemistry on the red carpet. Fans declare them the visual couple of the century. Is this the K-drama pairing we've been waiting for? Every tabloid, every glossy magazine, every entertainment outlet had a version of the story. The photos of that brief encounter dominated front pages, their faces side by side, as if fate itself had scripted it. The media had found its golden headline, and they weren't letting go. The social media storm. Online, the frenzy was even wilder. Millions of posts flooded in within hours. Fans shared slow-motion edits of their red carpet interaction, adding romantic soundtracks and dramatic captions. Some videos were so well edited that they looked like trailers for a drama that didn't exist. Others began circulating fan art, posters of imaginary films starring Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo as lovers separated by fate, reunited under the stars. It was no longer just about a moment. It was a movement, the birth of fan theories. But as the fantasy grew, so did the speculation. Some fans insisted this wasn't the first time the two had crossed paths, that there had been secret meetings, unseen connections. Clips of old award shows were dug up, frames analyzed to prove that Lee Min-ho had once looked at her a second too long, or that Song Hye Kyo had once smiled in his direction. Others went further, theorizing that producers had staged their red carpet encounter to test the waters for a future project. And as wild as the theories were, they only added fuel to the fire. Because in the world of fandom, possibility is as powerful as fact. Agencies forced to respond. The speculation grew so large, so uncontrollable, that both stars' agencies had no choice but to respond. Lee Min-ho's representatives released a statement. There is no romantic involvement. The two greeted each other out of respect and professionalism. Please do not spread unfounded rumors. Song Hye Kyo's agency echoed the same. They're not dating. They simply happened to appear at the same event. We ask the public to respect their privacy. But if they thought this would end the speculation, they were mistaken. Because in the eyes of fans, denials only made the fantasy stronger. The public divides. As the storm grew, so did the divide among fans. Some were swept away by the fantasy, cheering for the idea of Songmin or Hye Kyo as a couple. They filled timelines with love, edits, and the belief that maybe fate was real. Others, however, urged caution. They reminded the world that two people could share a smile without being in love, that fans were creating a story that might not exist. But by then, the fantasy had become too powerful to stop. Because the more the agencies denied, the more people believed there was something to deny. The industry reacts. Producers, always watching the public pulse, saw opportunity. Within weeks, scripts were dusted off and rewritten with one purpose: to pair Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo as co-stars. Meetings were rumored, contracts whispered about. Insiders claimed that directors were desperate to capture the lightning that fans had already seen. Even brands wanted in. Luxury fashion houses quietly reached out, hoping to pair them in campaigns. After all, if one photo had ignited the internet, what could a full photo shoot do? The industry smelled gold. And they were ready to chase it. The stars remained silent. And through it all, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo themselves remained silent. They appeared at separate events, smiled politely, carried on with their careers. But no matter where they went, no matter what they did, the questions followed. Every interviewer wanted to know, what did you think of that red carpet moment? Would you like to work together? Do you think the fans are right about your chemistry? Their answers were diplomatic, careful, professional. But behind their smiles, the mystery only deepened. The red carpet that became a legend. K-drama Haven Family, it was supposed to be just another glamorous night. Another red carpet, another flash of the cameras, another parade of stars. But in those brief seconds when Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo crossed paths, something happened that no script, no director, no publicist could have planned. A spark. A fantasy. A moment that became a legend. They are not a couple. They may never be a couple. But for millions across the globe, they became the red carpet couple that never was. And perhaps that is why the moment lingers. Because sometimes the stories we imagine are stronger than the truths we are given.